Hi, boys and girls. It's Mrs. Becker in her kitchen again, which means it must be time for us to do some science. And do you remember what scientists do? They try to figure out why things are the way they are or why things work the way they do. So, to do that, they first ask questions and then they try to predict, which means they try to guess what the answer to the question will be. Then after that, they do an experiment. And during the experiment, they observe. That is, they watch to see what happens. And then at the very end, they draw conclusions. Oh, there's a big word, right? And that just means they try to answer the question about why things happen the way they do or why things work the way they do. So our question is going to be about leaves. And I want to show you that I have some different colored leaves that I found in my neighborhood. First of all, what color is this? Isn't that a nice green leaf? And what about this one? Oh, that's a red. Anybody seen a red in their neighborhood? What about this one? It's a little smaller. Yes, it's kind of a yellow, gold. Ooh, what about this one? Can you tell? It probably looks pretty dark. It's a purple, a very dark purple. And then what color is this? You're right, that's brown. So our question today is, why do leaves change color in the fall? Because that's the season we're in right now. And the experiment that I found asks us to put leaves in boiling water. Now, Mrs. Becker has a pot of boiling water here. You would not do this by yourself. You would have to have mom or dad or some other grown up do this. But I've got some yellow leaves over here, and I'm going to put them in here. And I'm going to use this one too. And then I've got some red. We're just going to use 3 colors today. And then I've got some green. So I'm going to put them in here. And it says that we have to let those boil for 5 minutes. So I'm going to set my timer for 5 minutes, okay? All right, so it's going to boil for that time. And then we have to put the leaves that we're boiling into these jars, okay? But we have to put something in the jar first. We have to put something called rubbing alcohol in the jar. So I'm going to put some rubbing alcohol in here. All right. And I may have to add some more later, which is fine. And then I'll put some rubbing alcohol in here. Oops, I'm going to get some more, just a second. I have another container. All right. What you want to do is make sure that the leaves are covered with the rubbing alcohol when they come in here, which will be the next part of the experiment. So I'm doing this the hard way, of course. All right, we're almost there. Okay, and as I said, we may have to do that again later. We may have to add more. So let me move my camera so you can see things a little bit better. All right, now you can see the jars and you don't need to see me. You know what we should do though? I should put a green in front of the jar where I'm going to put the green leaves. And then I'll put red in front of this jar. And I'll know that this is yellow. I have another yellow leaf in my dining room that I'll bring and put in front of that so we know that that's going to be yellow. And what we're going to do is we're going to put the boiled leaves into these jars, and then we're going to see what happens to the color of the rubbing alcohol. All right? So I want you to think about it. What do you think will happen when we put the green leaf in this jar of rubbing alcohol? What do you think will happen? What do you think will happen when we take the red leaf and put it in this jar? And what do you think will happen when we put the yellow leaf in this jar? You know what? Just give me a second. I'll go get the yellow leaf. It's kind of a sprinkled up one, but it's yellow, and that will remind us that we need to put the yellow one there. All right, so I want you to know that with this experiment, it's going to take more than one day, okay? So we're going to do that now. We're going to do this part of the experiment now, and then I'm going to set my timer for 1 hour. Oh my goodness. And then I'll come back and I'll use the camera and the recorder and record what I see, and then you'll be able to see that later too. And then I'll come back tomorrow morning and we'll see what has happened. And then we can talk about what happened with our leaves. And we can try to answer the question, why do leaves change color in the fall? All right, let me see. We still have about 2 minutes left to let our leaves boil. Now, do you think that it's safe for you to take the lid off of the boiling water? No, it's not. And so again, it has to be a grown-up, your mom or your dad or another grown-up, grandma or grandpa, if you're going to do this at home. Or you can just see what happens when Mrs. Becker does it. That works too. All right. And I'm going to be using these special tongs to get the leaves out of the water. And again, you can't do that. Just Mrs. Becker can, okay? Or your grown-up at your house. And we only have a few seconds left, so we'll wait patiently. I want you to listen to see if you can hear my timer go off. Oh. And then we'll know that the water has been boiling for 5 minutes. Should we count that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. And you know what? I'm going to get a hot pad because I don't want to touch the lid without being safe myself. Oh my goodness. Good thing I know where everything is, right? I should. It's my kitchen. Yeah. Okay, 20 more seconds. My goodness. And I'll bring the camera over so you can kind of see what the boiling water looks like with the leaves in it, okay? All right, let's do this first. Okay, here's my timer. All right, so I'm just gonna do this real quick. See what it looks like now? Ooh, that's hot. All right, I have to turn the burner off too. That's not a safe way to handle that, is it? Okay, so do this. All right, now you can watch me go over there. This is for the green one. You use the tongs to find the green leaves. Got to be one green leaf on top. So you put it in, kind of crunch it down, okay? Crunch it down, and then move the other one. There's one more. All right, let me see if I can get this going. Okay, put it in here. And again, I have to be really careful. And you know what? I'm going to put just a little bit more of the rubbing alcohol in. It's really supposed to kind of cover the leaves, okay? And I'll crunch it down a little bit in here too. Crunch, crunch, crunch it down. There we go. That's better. Okay, so we have that one in. Now I better find the red. Oh, let me find the red. All right, there's one red. These are smaller. And then here's another one. Okay, so I've got the red ones in here. And now I'm going to get the gold, the yellow one. And in here, you see me doing that? Again, I have to be careful. All right, so we have the green. Fix this. We have the green here, all right, and the red are in here, and the gold are in here. And I'm going to pause this now or stop this now, and I'm going to set my timer. I'll do that before I say goodbye to you guys. I'm going to set my timer for an hour. And then at the end of the hour, I'll come back and I will record what the rubbing alcohol looks like in each one of the jars. And then we'll go from there. Does that sound like a good idea? Okay, boys and girls, bye-bye. Thanks for watching. Tune in later for the next